What if the life you're living isn't the life your soul signed up for? What if the exhaustion, the grief, the emptiness that you have been carrying isn't a flaw in you, but it's a call from within you, a call to heal, a call to rise, a call to remember who you are? If you have whispered, I'm stuck, I'm tired, I want more, then this is the time for you. This is your moment. Because we're not here to play small. We're here to rediscover your power, your truth, your divine right to joy, purpose, and vibrant healing. So today we begin. Do you want to know everything?
Do you want to know everything? What your heart won't say, but your soul can sing. From love to loss and the space between, she's got the light to lift the unseen. Hope, healing, and transformation. Do you want to know everything? Do you want to know everything?
Welcome to Hope, Healing, and Transformation. My name is Lisa Williams, and for over 30 years, I have walked beside women that have faced grief, illness, spiritual crisis, awakening. And trust me, when I say to you, I have heard it all. I have heard all of this. So you're not here to break. You're not here to think that something is wrong with you. We are here to become. And I recognize it. So let me really try to speak to you in this way. If you're tired and feeling like you've had enough, all right, if you find yourself nodding to this, if you feel like you've been carrying the weight of your pain or been trying to hold everybody else together while you are unraveling, I see you. And I see what you're feeling right now. The discomfort, the restlessness, the question of what happened to me, all of this. It is not madness. It is not. It is your soul waking up. I'm going to tell you, I have so many women that come to me around their 50s, 55, 60s, even a little bit earlier. It's this midlife where women are feeling like something is breaking. And I'll be honest with you, it's not breaking. You're cracking open. This is massive. For decades, you have lived for others, your kids, your partnerships, your spouse, your friends, your career. And now this is a time that your soul is asking, what about me? And I'm going to tell you, I know it because it happened to me. What about me? Forget about my kids, forget about my husband, forget about the job. What about me? And I felt lost. And I'm sure some of you are sitting there going, yeah, I felt it too. Because honestly, when we're not in this space and we're not looking at our stuff, we're always trying to deal with somebody else and something else and fixing something. But then we have to come into ourself. And that's when, if we don't answer this soul's calling, for instance, your body starts to speak to you. The fatigue, the brain fog, the anxiety, the burnout. They're not signs of weakness. They're signs of awakening. So this is the moment. This is the moment of transformation, where hope is reborn through honesty, where healing begins by naming what hurts, and where you stop asking permission to be powerful. This is the time that you can really step in. So today, we're going to walk through the 3 hidden signs that your soul is awakening. We're going to be looking at why grief, illness, emotional breakdowns are all real sacred turning points. And the first healing practice I teach every woman who says to me, I want my life back. So let's dive in. This is time where you're like, why do I feel like this? Why does nothing ever make sense anymore? Maybe I'm kind of losing my mind. Yeah, listen, I've done it. Okay. There's times that I've gone, I don't even know who I am. I've even questioned, do I even love my husband anymore? Do I want my kids around me? What if I moved off to a foreign country, I don't know, and drank coffee in the morning in Paris? Wouldn't that be amazing? Yes. It's gone through my mind too. But clearly, that's not going to happen. I dearly love my husband. I dearly love my kids. But trust me, there are times that I feel like I'm absolutely losing it. And you're not. It's really my reconnecting with my soul. I've sat in my reading chair so many times and I've thought, what is it that I need to do? What is it that I have to do? And it's this big soul spiritual awakening. Like I said, I cannot tell you how many women come to me around this time and they want to step into their spiritual gifts. They want to understand it. They want to connect into themselves. So what happens is they come to me and they're going through the motions. They're showing up for work, they're answering the text messages, they're making dinner. But inside, something is just like flat. I don't know, it's like numb, dull. And yet they really care deeply. There's this innate care that they want to do more. And if you are feeling like this, and stick with me, because this is where we're going to start unleashing some opportunity for you. It's really time to stop watching your life from behind like this glass pane and step in. So let's talk about the emotional disconnection. First of all, it is not failure. I had it when I honestly was looking, God, do I even really want to be around my husband? It wasn't this failure. It wasn't this disconnection. What I realized is that who I was before didn't fit into who I am now. You know, I was feeling like I was being called to shed everything, my role, my relationships, my routines. You know, I felt like I was completely out of alignment with who I was. And in this place, I was just kind of shifting. It just felt a little bit weird that I didn't know what I was. Was I a mum? Was I a wife? Was I a boss? Was I this? Was I that? And it was really hard. And what I had to do is I realized that I needed to stop. I needed this moment to be in the spiritual space and kind of stop. And so, if you're recognizing this, then you are with me. Come and join my tribe. I always say, come and join my circle of weirdness where we're all normal, because it's true. We're having this spiritual awakening. It felt like I didn't know. And even though I'm spiritual, okay, so you might be sitting there going, but Lisa, you do this all the time. But that doesn't mean that I didn't have this spiritual kind of awareness or something going on, because it was big. And then there was another sign that this is, I'm having this like massive awakening, is drama. Drama. I cannot tolerate drama. And I'm sure you can't. So this is what happens. We get this heightened sensitivity. Loud people drain you. You know, it might be picking up on other people's energy more than ever. You might be crying out of absolutely nowhere, or your body may react so intensely to fatigue, tension, and potentially even illness. And let me explain why. Your energetic field, okay, this field around us is expanding. Your intuition, this inner GPS, your the moment that we just know what is right or wrong, is activating. You're becoming more and more attuned to what is true. And you are completely rebelled and sort of like got away from what is fake. You don't align with the fakeness anymore. It doesn't work for you. So you're tuning in. This sensitivity is your superpower. It's the power that you need to really be in alignment. And it's not, if we don't tap in, what we do is we start to numb out. Some of you might be recognizing this, and I see it in clients all the time, that you are starting to numb out and you're no longer able to lie to yourself. And I'm going to tell you, this is liberation. It is not a weakness. This is the time that you are really being true to yourself, really standing in your power and standing to the core of who you are. And then sign number 3, that you are ready for opening, is you are craving the silence, the space, the solitude. Now, you don't have to sit on the top of a mountain. I'm going to tell you, you don't. But you might find yourself suddenly canceling all of these plans, turning down events, and needing just to be alone. I'm going to tell you, I feel that has happened to me a lot. I used to be the most social butterfly going. And now I'm like, yeah, no, don't want to do it. I'm not antisocial. And this isn't you being antisocial, because sometimes you're going out to these places and you're like, wow, I really love what I'm doing. What you're doing is your soul preserving. You're preserving your soul. You're in this like little cocoon phase. And I'll tell you the reason why it's happening is your nervous system is completely resetting itself. Your soul, the inner part of ourself, is reintegrating. It's this transformation moment that is happening that actually requires time, it requires space, it requires solitude. You're entering into, let's call it, your own personal internal retreat. So it's in this silence your true voice returns. It's in solitude you meet your intuition again. This is the pause before the power. Don't fight it, honor it. And truly, in this moment, your soul wakes up. So these are all the signs that you may look for, and they may look like breakdowns, okay, from the outside. You know, your friends and your family might be saying, who are you right now? But inside, they are true breakthroughs that allow you to connect, because the life that you once have built, which was phenomenal and you enjoyed and it was amazing, it no longer fits the woman that you are becoming. And guys, if you are listening to this, I want you to see this in the women in your life. Give them some space, give them some grace, give them some moments for them to become who they really are. And I'm going to tell you, they will inspire and encourage, and they will be bigger and badass than they were. So don't panic. Allow this transformation to really happening, because it's like a butterfly. We're in this chrysalis, we're in this moment, and it is painful to go into this beautiful butterfly, but it really is painful, but it shouldn't be uncomfortable. And it is going to be uncomfortable. It shouldn't be comfortable. It's deep, it's deeply sacred. This awakening isn't going to be easy. It is a sacred moment, and you are exactly where you need to be. So take this as permission right now to recognize that you're exactly where you are, exactly what is happening for the right reasons. And so what we want to also do is start looking at things that very few people want to look at. And honestly, it's a lot of grief. It's a lot of loss. It's a lot of illness. Now, let me just talk about this, okay? What you're doing at this moment is you're unraveling everything you thought you knew, all right? You could have lost somebody dear to you. You could have lost a partner, a child, a parent, a friend, whatever it is. You may have had your health go, your marriage, your job, or a version of you that used to feel amazing but no longer is there. It doesn't resonate for you, okay? And I'm going to be honest with you, this grief isn't a detour, it's the doorway to see who is waiting on the other side. This is growth. This is huge. And honestly, no one ever really prepares us for this. Listen, I wish that they taught this at school, because I'm telling you, I still remember those vital conversations that I had at school. I remember one day when they came into the classroom and they separated the boys on one side, the girls on the other side, and we were given a box of Tampax. And it was like, this is our sex educational talk. I remember that. The guys went off, we went off on a different way. And I remember it. I wish that they had prepared me, and my mom didn't prepare me, because at the time that she was going through this, I was having a baby. And so, I didn't know what was going on, and no one prepares you. So let's talk about this. What if all of the feelings of trying to escape into video games, or yes, because some of people play video games, or play into your little games on your phone, or what if like the doom scrolling on social media? What if these aren't things to escape? What if they are the ways that we are trying to just be? We're trying to survive. Because I'm telling you, sometimes I feel like I'm just surviving. But what if this was an opportunity for you to step in? What if it was the invitation that you needed to really say, hey, I'm here? It was an initiation. It was a sacred moment, a sacred threshold, a doorway. Because sometimes in our deepest, deepest pain, there is a clear message. I've seen it for years with clients where they'll come in and they have lost their loved ones, or they've gone through major circumstances and situations, and they have not known what the message is. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. It's time to rise into who you were always meant to be. Because a lot of people just think in terms of grief that it's about losing someone. But as women are, as our age, we grieve so much. First of all, the version of yourself that we had to abandon to survive. As a single mom, I had to abandon certain parts of me. As somebody who was on stage in front of millions of people, in front of millions of people, I had to abandon who I wanted to be. I had to abandon parts of me. Think about the fact that we grieve the marriage or the relationship that looks so amazing on paper, but kind of left us empty. And it could have been a friendship as well, or the dream that never came true, or the identity that we built around something. It is a really important thing, my friends. The version of you we had to let go of, the idea of it is we grieve for the thought of the should, the would, the could, the possibilities. And that's what keeps us in these cycles. It keeps us in cycles of guilt, resentment, fatigue. But once this part of us is honored, it's like this rite of passage. The healing becomes possible. And it sounds silly when we start to acknowledge this grief, especially if it's an idea of what you wanted it to be. There's part of it that we have lived this, we've started to think it and believe it, that when it isn't there or when our dream doesn't happen, we think, oh my God, I've become a failure. Well, I haven't. You haven't. You haven't become a failure. You're not weak. What you're doing is you're grieving and letting go or mourning. I don't want to talk all this grief, but you're letting go of an idea. You're letting go of the old paradigm, the old life that you were putting together. You're totally wise. You have every reason to live the best life possible. And I know some women who are phenomenal and they are living their best life ever. Because with every moment of grief, it is an opportunity to heal and walk through a door to greater truth. And that truth leads to power, my friend. Power. So your soul it doesn't just evolve through these moments. It's not comfortable. It sucks. All right. I'm going to tell you, it really sucks. But it evolves through this contrast. And when your heart breaks open, the light gets in. Many of you have followed me because I am able to communicate with your loved ones. I'm able to connect in with those that you have missed and you lost and you have who have passed away, and you listen to the readings where they need a brand new life because it resonates for you. And when it resonates for you, this is powerful. And it's great to watch somebody else do it because that actually tells you, oh, great, somebody else is doing it. I don't have to do it. Well, this is the opportunity for you to break open and let the light in. Let's strip away these illusions, remove the mask. It now forces you to ask you, who am I now? And I ask you, just take a moment. Who are you right now? And what still matters? Think about it. This matters because this is a moment for you. If you embrace this consciously, you start to refine who you are. And listen, it's going to bring you to your knees. I am not going to lie. It's going to bring you to your knees. I have asked myself time and time and time again, why am I doing this? What's the truth? Where am I going? I can't tell you how often I've thought I need to change all of whatever I've done. It's like I've stripped everything away, rebuilt, and then stripped again. You are probably feeling the same. You can rebuild from the center. It is super easy. And honestly, every woman I have guided through a spiritual awakening has had to have this moment of collapse. That moment, that sacred moment, because it is truly sacred. Because when everything else falls apart, what is left is your truth. And it's unshakable. It really is the opportunity to see a purpose in you. It's all of this pain, all of this life that you've been having, it's not meaningless. It is powerful. It carves this space in your heart for compassion, for wisdom, for legacy. And that legacy is your gift to the world. You know, so many women over the ages of 45 carry so much of self, your time, your dreams, your family. You carry all of this. But when we reframe it and we start looking at it as loss, we start thinking, oh my gosh, what is it? It's actually a calling. It's actually a calling. It becomes the opportunity and this birthplace for legacy. I want you to ask yourself right now, what is it that you're leaving in this world? What is it that you are truly leaving in this world? I would love to hear your comments. I would love to have them. I would love to really hear that from you. Because the woman who has been through the fire is the one who lights the way. Your story is your medicine. Your scars are sacred. And what you have survived is what someone else needs to hear. I've got chills on that. I'm going to tell you, it's powerful. If you have been through something, that story is powerful. Your scars are powerful. They are sacred. And whatever you have survived, someone else needs to hear. So if you have a book inside of you, don't not write the book because, oh my God, what if? No, write the book. It could help someone. So this grief that you're going through, or you feel like you've got, or maybe you don't even call it grief, change. It is not the way of your transformation, right? It's not the way out. It's not something that you were just like trying to throw away. It's not in the way of your transformation. It is the way. It is the only way. So I want you to know that if you have had those moments of cried, you've broken, you've screamed, you've questioned, you've done everything, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Welcome to the rest of your life. It has now begun. And my friend, this is time for you to rise. So let's look at how now we've done that. We've shifted out. And now it's going into these sacred rituals that shift everything. Because what you've done is you've peeled back the layers of what's gone on what society has programmed into us. You've gotten rid of the shoulda, woulda, couldas. You've peeled it all back like an onion. You've opened to the whispers of your soul. And so let's get real about this power. Your power It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. It is an absolute necessity. It is a deal breaker, and it lives in your spiritual rituals. And what I'll talk about these in a second. Because this transformation, listen, it's not a miracle. It's a practice. It's a routine. And it's in these small things that we do that bring us into full alignment. And here's what they never told you. The small things, they are big things. They are huge. But many years ago, I actually thought to myself, why do I teach mediumship in the way that I do? Why do I teach psychic in the way that I do? Why do I teach healing in the way that I do? And how do I teach it? And why is it so powerful? Because what I did is I got all my psychics and mediums to work on themselves first. I got them to work through the small things, which were massive. I got them to clear the way so therefore they could have this hope and healing and transformation for themselves that they could then bring it into others. And I realized that this was sacred. Your breath, your words, your silence. These are all daily rituals that anchor this divinity back into your body. It is so important. And it sounds so simple and easy that we forget it. How many times have you felt, wow, I'm not breathing? And you need to take a deep breath. How many times have you heard yourself talking, oh my God, it's just me. It's just the way I am. God, I'm so stupid sometimes. No, you are not. You just programmed yourself to feel less than. Stop. Reframe your words, your silence. So let's start taking our energetic self-care as a sacred practice. Really sacred. Let's make this commitment right now. Because when we neglect our energy, it leads to burnout, disconnect, spiritual numbness, blah, 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 blah. It leads to all of this. What I encourage you to say is, when I start energizing my energy field the way I honor others. So now it's time to start changing things and start saying, when I start honoring my energy field the way I honor others, everything changes. It isn't just self-care. This is spiritual strategy. It is the opportunity for you to put yourself first. It is the opportunity for your connection to being. Creating a daily routine and a ritual that helps you reconnect. That's number 2. And the reason why it matters is these rituals create containers for spirit to show up. And it's consistent. Even if I'm not doing readings, I have a moment to breathe, and it's a non-negotiable. I have a moment to breathe where I communicate with spirit and I allow spirit to show up. And I'm going to say, light a candle, take a moment, breathe. Write down what your truth is saying to you, what it's whispering today. It's not the ritual, it's the reverence. It's really about being in that moment. Your soul knows everything you need to know. So when are you going to start listening? And so, number 3, we have to let go of what is no longer in alignment for us, what is no longer in our sacredness. And this matters because we can't rise into the next version of ourselves while dragging our outdated beliefs and habits. Some of the things that you hold on to are only keeping you from holding yourself. And it's time to choose freedom over familiarity. That can be scary. That can be really scary because your brain is wired for safety. And that familiarity, which could be quite toxic, keeps you in a safe space because you know how to handle it. So, what if I said, start choosing little things that you change? Maybe it's going to Starbucks, a different Starbucks, or maybe it's having something different in the morning. Maybe it's getting up half an hour earlier. Maybe it's reading a different chapter of the book. Maybe it is just even reading instead of scrolling. Maybe it's about putting you first and saying no. Oh, there's a concept. Let's say no. Saying no. These rituals are important. It doesn't have to be religion. It's the remembrance. It's how we return to our power. And today, you don't just remember who you are, it's time to embody who you are. So, this is the opportunity for you to make a decision. This is the opportunity to really connect in. Because here's the truth: all the healing in the world means nothing if you don't decide to step into what you're becoming. You can go and have all of this Reiki, go to as many crystal healings as you want. You can go to as many sound baths as you want. You can go to as many acupuncturists as you want. You can go and have as many psychic readings as you desire. But it means nothing if you don't decide to step in to who you're becoming. I say this truthfully. I see it time and time again. People who are coming with the same issues, the same things that are constantly, and they're waiting for the psychic to be right. What if that door has opened and you've decided not to walk through it? For instance, if you want to date and get yourself out into life, that door may be open because someone has said, hey, why don't you try this app? And you've said no because you're thinking that the Amazon driver who delivers your packages every day is going to be your soulmate because that's the only person that you're seeing. It's not going to happen. The crack in the door, the doorway open when your friend sent you that dating app. You have to decide to step in. You have to decide to be who you want to be. And if you've listened to this point, this is the moment right now. Whether you choose this old story or to rewrite a brand new one, this is it. The old story is familiar, but it's not true anymore. You've carried these roles before. You've done all of it before. You've had the guilt that wasn't even yours to even begin with. The story of I'm too late or I'm too broken or I missed my chance. No, it stops here, my friends. It stops here. When I was planning this episode, I started to think about what is it that my clients come to me for? And it is all of this and so much more. And I hear this story time and time again. It has to end at some point. I'm psychic. I love my job. I love it. Keep coming to me because I love doing my readings. But honestly, you have to really answer to the calling. Some of my clients, I actually say to them, let me find out why this is happening, what the soul is craving for in this moment. And then we can get really deep down into it because this is your opportunity. This is your moment. This is when you can see your truth. You don't owe anyone the smaller version of yourself. You certainly don't owe yourself a permanent place in pain. You really don't. This is the time that you can transform. I have it every single day. I look at something here, and it is The Deepest Fear by Marianne Williamson. And I have it as a image. And I'm going to read it to you because I have it and I've printed it out and I put it on my desk. I look at it every single day. It says, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us the most. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We're all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. You don't owe anyone the smaller version of you, and you do not certainly owe yourself a permanent place with pain. It is now to step in. It's time to have that divine right of femininity, of who you are. It really is. Healing isn't just about soothing these wounds, la 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 la. It's about being all woo woo. It's about claiming responsibility for your own energy, your choices, your direction, what it is that you want to do, your fabulousness, your gorgeousness, your wisdom. You know, women who are in this midlife, I am in midlife, often give away their power through people pleasing, perfectionism, unspoken resentment. I will tell you, I've been there. This call to this, it is liberating. When we recognize this, it is so liberating because no one is going to come and rescue you. No one. But guess what? That's because you don't need saving. You just need remembering, and you are reclaiming who you are. So I want to say here, you've listened. You felt the shift maybe. And now it's time to move from knowing into being. It's so powerful. This isn't about hustling or fixing. It's about allowing the full power of your spirit to live, to breathe, to lead through you. This is an opportunity to have a launch pad. I wanted to bring this out to you because I felt that it was so powerful. I recently took 50 women through a massive journey of transformation, and all of this came out. And they had all of these moments of aha, going, how do I work through it? And this is your opportunity to change. So here's your question for today and every day forward. What would I do today if I trusted I was worthy of everything I desire? Wow. Wow. Write that down. Let's journal on that. What would I do today if I trusted I was worthy of everything I desire? It's time to say yes to your healing. It is time to say yes to your rising above and remembering who you are. Are you ready to do it? This is Hope, Healing, and Transformation. I asked you if you wanted to know everything because it's my thing. It's like your soul wants to share it. And if you've gotten to this point, your soul wanted to listen to this. And you have. Now you have. You listened. And maybe it was your first time listening to me. Maybe you have listened to me before. Maybe you've now started to really listen for the first time. And maybe you heard yourself. Maybe you recognized yourself in this. So I'm here to tell you, my friends, you are not crazy. You are not even broken. You are not even behind. You're awakening. And this is your new beginning. So take what you felt today and truly own it. Let it guide you into the truth that you have buried under years of silence, because your healing is your revolution, and your transformation, it changes everything completely. And I'm so happy for you. So if today's episode has sparked something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Text it to a sister, a friend, a woman who's been silently struggling too. Subscribe to this podcast. Leave a comment, a review if it moved you. Please do. We want to hear from you. It helps me reach the women who are still whispering, is there hope for me? And always remember this. You're not here to survive your life. You're here to live it fully, deeply, and truthfully. My name's Lisa Williams, and this is Hope, Healing, and Transformation. Do you want to know everything? Until next time, stay bold, stay open, and stay becoming.
Do you feel the whisper in the back of your mind? Like the truth is waiting, but it's hard to find. Well, maybe there's magic in the words she brings. Close your eyes and listen. Do you wanna know everything? What your heart won't say, but your soul can sing. From love to loss in the space between, Lisa has the light to lift the unseen. Hope, healing, and transformation. Do you wanna know everything?
Thank you so much for joining me today. And remember, the information shared on this podcast is meant to inspire and support you, but it's not a replacement for personalized advice from a qualified professional. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone who might benefit. And don't forget to tune in next time. Until then, take care and keep believing in something better.